Alright, we're gonna load the Mini up now that we're done with our portion of the solar project. Everything got backfilled last week. Sure we're nice and even. And down it goes. Always makes your butt pucker a little bit. There we go. It's actually more of the weight on the axles. So there we go. That should be good. Alright, I'm happy with that. Alright. Now. Tighten this thing up, make sure we drive the ramp doesn't want to pick up. That. Alright, now that the Mini is dropped off onto the next project, right now I'm going to be adding air to one of our surge protector tanks. So this is our compressor. That's what we do. Let's put it in auto. It's going to be loud. And let it build up some pressure a little bit. Then you want to bleed the water outside of the bottom of the tank. Alright. Then we open these two handles, which sends the compressed air out around here and into our little surge tank. So water level's here. We want the water level to be right about here. So right now we're forcing air into the tank right now the water level's right here in the tank. So we're trying to force it down to just above this water line because we don't want to introduce air into the distribution system. So that's right about where that tank line, that black tape line is, right about here. So this is a second part of my day. It's going to take about 5 minutes or so to get that to go down. So until the next one. Alright, so if the other tank was our surge tank, that's a smaller one. This is our main big guy right here. It runs the biggest section of our pressure zone. But we don't need to add air to that because that looks nice. We're here for a different problem. We're coming in here because this is our chlorine generator, and right now it's in alarm because the float that's in here earlier it stuck open. It didn't let the float actually drop, so it wasn't filling with soft water. So this creates salt water right here. That's a soft water. Everything runs through. Our peristaltic pump is for salt water, and what happened was this, the salt water drum dried out and it started bringing air up into here, and then it realized that through the alarms we had voltage max because the dilution wasn't proper. So now what we got to do is purge any air that's in this line through the peristaltic pump, kind of pushing it up through, reintroducing salt to this mixture right here. So what it does is it sends a mixture of softened water and salt water up through these chambers, and there's a current that gets sent through it, and it converts salt water into chlorine. After it gets electrically charged, it changes the like electrons to positive or something. Not 100% sure exactly why it does it, but it does, and sends it up through the line and into our chlorine tank to hold for our treatment process. But without the proper mixture, it goes into an alarm, shuts down, faults out. So we got to come here and fix it. That probably should be good. So let's acknowledge. It's going to start running. So now we're going to look for the sweet spot for amperage is a little over 30 to 32 amps with anywhere between 12.5 to 15.3 volts. That makes us our best chlorine mixture that we like. So you can see now they're starting to bubble up. That's when it's getting electrically charged. And coming up through here should be nice chlorine, so we'll see what the amperage goes to. 32 for cell 4, that's good. They're all starting to climb, but we need the voltage to drop too. Peristaltic pump is spinning, so that's a good sign. As you can see, the alarms start dropping off as it gets into its sweet spot. So we're in the zone here, we're getting there, we're in it, and we're getting there. So everything should be good. Nice.